The topic of this brief video is how to enter the 2012 American Business Awards. The topics we'll cover will include what the ABAs are and their history, the schedule for the 2012 ABAs, how to review and select categories, and once you've done that, how to prepare and submit your entries, how the judging process works, and some best practices that we recommend you follow. The American Business Awards are one of 4 Stevie Awards competitions. It is the oldest and largest of the 4 competitions, and it's open to all organizations operating in the USA. This is the overall Stevie Awards homepage at stevieawards.com, and as you can see, we have 4 Stevie Awards programs. The ABAs are now in their 10th year. The Stevie Award trophy is made by the same company that makes the Oscar, the Emmy, and other major awards. It's an omnibus program, meaning it recognizes achievement in virtually every facet of the workplace. And the ABAs are a web-centric program. Virtually everything happens online at the American Business Awards website, which is at stevieawards.com/ABA. From this site, you can request and receive the entry kit. You can upload and submit your entries, pay your entry fees, and virtually all of the judging takes place online as well. Here's the schedule for the 2012 ABAs. The entry deadline is March 28th. If you missed that deadline, don't fret. We'll continue to accept late entries through April 25th. There's a $35 per entry late fee that's payable in addition to any entry fee. But otherwise, late entries are not penalized in any way in the judging process. Preliminary judging will begin right after the March 28th entry deadline and continue through mid-May. Finalists will be notified on May 9th and then publicly announced on May 10th. This year we're going to have 2 awards banquets. Our traditional banquet will be on Monday, June 18th at the Marriott Marquis Hotel in New York City. And we're adding a second banquet on Monday, September 17th in San Francisco for awards in all of the tech-related categories. And I'll tell you in a moment which categories will be recognized at which event. All organizations and individuals in the USA are eligible to submit entries to the ABAs. The 2012 ABAs will recognize achievements made since the beginning of 2011, so your entry should focus on achievements made since that date. However, there's no eligibility time frame for website entries. It doesn't matter when a website was first published or last updated. They're all eligible to be nominated in the ABA's website categories. So how do you enter? The first step is to get and read the entry kit. You can request it on the homepage at stevieawards.com/ABA. There's a short version of the form on the homepage. There's also a longer version. As soon as you fill out the form, the entry kit will be emailed to you. It's not a hard and fast requirement to receive the entry kit, but we do recommend that you follow that step. So what does the entry kit look like? Well, it's essentially a web page that describes everything you need to know about the competition and how to submit your categories. As you can see, there's not a lot of information on here. It's a fairly simple process, and once you've learned how to enter one of the Stevie Awards competitions, you basically know how to enter all of them. The entry kit points to relevant resources on the ABA website that are important to know about in the entry submission process, and it enumerates the ideal entry process. There are 2 types of categories in the ABAs. There are media categories, categories for marketing campaigns and public relations campaigns, for websites, for smartphone and tablet apps, for video, for publications such as marketing and sales brochures and annual reports, and for live events. And then there are other categories recognizing entire organizations and companies, departments, teams, new products and services, and individuals. There are functional categories for marketing, for customer service, for human resources and IT, for example. And we've standardized the entry requirements across all of the categories. So once you learn how to enter one category, you know how to enter all the other categories. The media categories, and I'll show you the media categories page on the website. For the 2012 ABAs are for media first distributed or made public since the start of 2011, again with the exception that there's no eligibility time frame for website entries. Media categories generally require the submission of a 100-word brief about the objectives and results to date of the nominated work, the nominated media elements themselves, and you have the option to provide creative and production credits for your entry. All entries must be submitted online, even if the work to be judged is offline. In all other categories, the entries generally require an essay or case study of up to 500 words describing the nominee's achievements since the beginning of 2011, any number of supporting documents you can upload to our server, such as press releases, news stories, video clips, work samples to support your entry, and a 100-word biography of the nominee or the leader of the nominated organization, department, or team. One of the most important things you'll do as you go through the entry process is to decide your categories. And as you see, we have a lot of categories to choose from. Very often people call us and ask, what category should we choose? And our question to you would be, what do you want to be recognized for? And do you want to win a Stevie in any category or in specific categories? So those are two questions we suggest you ask yourself and provide answers to, and they'll help you winnow down the number of categories. If you still need help in choosing your categories, by all means email us at help@stevieawards.com. We're here to help you. So what's new for the 2012 American Business Awards? In celebration of our 10th anniversary, we've introduced Silver and Bronze Stevie Awards this year. In the past, only gold winners, the top overall entry in each category, received a gold Stevie Award, and other finalists remained finalists and received a certificate. Henceforth, beginning this year, all finalists will ultimately be a gold, silver, or bronze Stevie Award winner. Their placements will be determined in final judging. As I mentioned earlier, we'll have 2 Stevie Awards events this year, the traditional banquet on June 18th in New York, and a new Tech Awards banquet in San Francisco. And the way to find out which banquet your awards will be presented at is in the categories pages on the ABA website. If you see an SF image after your category name, that category's awards will be presented in San Francisco. Other categories will be presented in New York. We have several new awards this year under the banner of the Best of the ABA Awards. The Best of the ABAs are a new addition to the ABA's repertoire of awards, and our 5 Best of Competition prizes will be awarded to the organizations that submit the best body of work to the competition in their own name or the names of one or more clients. We have a new link and file uploader in the entry system this year so that you have a means of automatically uploading to our server any number of supporting materials for your entries. We also have many new categories in the ABAs this year. We invite you to explore the categories pages on the ABA website to find out what they are. Once you've determined your categories and written your entries, the next step is to register on the website. There's a link to the registration page in the entry kit. When you complete this registration form, you'll have created an entry submission account in our online system. And if you've already written your entries, once you've completed this registration form, it won't take you more than 5 minutes or so to copy and paste your entries in the online entry form and submit your entries and pay your entry fees. The judging process each year is conducted by more than 200 executives in 2 phases. The preliminary phase is conducted by 75 to 100 volunteers who apply to be a judge on the American Business Awards website. And if those applications are accepted, we assign judges categories based on their experience and their function. Preliminary judges' average scores determine the finalists who are then eligible to go forward to participate in final judging. Preliminary judging takes place in April and May. Almost all of it is done online. And the judges are acknowledged on the website, in the awards dinner program, and active judges also receive a certificate of appreciation suitable for framing. Final judges are invited. They form topic-specific committees. They do judging in late May, early June, and their average scores determine the gold, silver, and bronze Stevie Award winners. If you look at the judges page on the American Business Awards website currently, you'll see the 2011 final judging committees. Some best practices we recommend you follow to submit the best possible entries to the American Business Awards is we invite you to read past Stevie Award-winning entries on the website. Virtually all of the past winners are published, and you can find them through the awards section of the website under ABA honorees. Go into any section, you'll see Stevie Award winners highlighted, and just click on the entry title to view and read the entry. Do ask questions. We are here to help you. Email us at help@stevieawards.com. We treat all entrants the same. We want to see you do well, no matter who you are. It's important that you tell your story well. Entries are text-based. If you don't write well, find someone in your organization who does, or go find a consultant to write the entries for you. Do write your entries before submitting them online so that you have a permanent record of them. It's a good hedge to enter multiple categories. Some categories get a lot of entries, some not so many. If given the opportunity, we'll always steer you towards categories that get fewer entries. And do keep up to date with Stevie Awards activities through our weekly email newsletter, through our Twitter feed, and so on. If you have any questions about this video, about the American Business Awards or the entry process, do email us at help@stevieawards.com or call us at area code 703-547-8389. Thank you for watching our video, and good luck in this year's American Business Awards.